Hello friends! Surprise! I'm in a hotel. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the shopping link right here in the comments, so I'll pin it there. It was so if you watched my live from, was it Thursday? I did my makeup in the car. First and foremost, I was not driving. I didn't even know how you could even portray me as driving because I was looking down and up the whole time with my two hands on camera the whole time. So it's just really funny. I understand that it was a mirrored image, but still, I would hope that you guys think I'm smart enough not to do something that dumb. But anyway, so just wanted to put out that out into the universe, and we're gonna do our makeup. So hello, hi guys. So I'm just gonna hop to it because the kids want to get to the arcade and start our day. Hello. Oh, you're at work. Nice. Nice. I'm sorry the lighting is a little bit off, but it is what it is. Right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I have my makeup all kind of thrown around, so I apologize if I'm kind of a hot mess. But we're gonna do the Liquid Touch foundation, and I'm gonna mix it with my BB Flawless for application today. I have my makeup case sitting up here, so everything's kind of balancing. So we're gonna use about that much of our Liquid Touch, and then I'm gonna use just a dollop of the BB Flawless right on top of that. Okay, try not to spill, and that's there. Hello, hi guys. So we're on just a little family vacation. I'm not gonna say exactly where we are just for the kids' safety and everything, but we are with family and we're having a really fun time. Let me turn on my mirror. This is the little mirror that I take with me when I go anywhere. It's the best by Fancy. I think this one's called the Aria, if I'm remembering correctly. But I love it because it's just so travel friendly. And that white LED light is the best. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just apply my Liquid Touch foundation all over. This is hands down my favorite coverage just because it's fast, it's easy, it's beautiful, it's flawless. And I don't have to touch it up. So when I am on family vacations and stuff, obviously we can't run up to the room for mommy to touch up her makeup. So I love that the Liquid Touch foundation you don't have to do that with, especially when you mix it with the BB Flawless. So the BB Flawless is going to be that super hydration, and then the Liquid Touch is that matte full coverage. I do. So this one is just the one I bring traveling. You can charge it with USB. You can I have batteries in mine, and then this goes all the way whichever you want, which I love, and it's just a big mirror. I've already done my hair. I already put a few curls in it. I'll probably fix it a little bit more after I do this, but I'm not gonna do my hair live just because the kids would probably kill me. Come on, Mom. All right, I messed up my thing. Okay. So there's one really good layer. So tips for mixing with the BB Flawless. Honestly, it's so easy. My recommendation would probably be to do the BB Flawless first, because I did the Liquid Touch first and I always forget, but it seeps into the brush really quickly. So I do it the other way around. All right, so I'm just gonna take a little bit more of my Liquid Touch foundation on top of my fingers. I'm using the shade Lace, and then I'm using the shade Honey in the BB Flawless. So we're just going to, oops, I did way too much of that. The mirror's from Fancy. So if you go here, which I'll put the link right here in the comments. Fancy, oops. And then my code is Rhea15. So I just wrote it there in the comments. So if you see that there. All right, so now I'm gonna take my damp blending bud and just work this in all over. And this is gonna be super smoothing out your coverage. So I always rave and rant about how incredible these blending buds are. So these are from Unique. They're different from your everyday beauty blender. You get a large and a small when you buy them. There's Ryan in the background. Say hello. Hi guys. Hi guys. And you use your regular colors in both concealer and BB cream. Yes, same colors. And this is a really good trick too, is if you ever feel your makeup's been looking too pale or too dark or whatever, the BB floss is a really easy and perfect way to be able to kind of alter the colors. So if you're, say like your makeup was looking too light, you can get the BB floss in the shade Honey to darken it up ever so slightly without altering like the whole color, if that makes sense. But I always talk to you guys about like how I color match and what color matching is. So it's essentially just me telling you what colors of foundations you are. And I like to explain it in the aspect of like when, like my daughter the other day, she was asking, well, what happens when you mix green and yellow together? What color does that make? So it's the same idea with makeup. So if you were to take organza in this and lace in this and mix them together, that could equal out your skin tone. So I always like to explain it in that way because, I mean, like myself, I'm German, Indian, Norwegian, Irish, like I am super mixed like that, and a bunch of people are, most everyone is. You're not, it's very rare to find someone who's just one thing, and that's the same idea with makeup. It's very rare that you're just one color. So I like to give you guys a full recommendation on what is going to match the best. So I just need a selfie facing a window, and I'll give you a full recommendation on what colors you are. So face a window, I'm like facing this little window here, and then the light shining in is perfect lighting for a good color match. So that's all I need to be able to give you an accurate match. So if you want to be color matched, just comment color match in the comments and I will private message you. I'm a little bit behind on my messages, obviously, because we've been family vacating it up, but I plan on all day tomorrow answering all of my messages and color matches. So bear with me, but make sure to comment color match so that way I can get you started off, or you can always private message me too. So if you click on my face, a little description window pops down and you can click on my name, which is Rhea Hope, and then you can go to my business page and I have it all set up to be able to message me there. All right. So now I'm just blending out that concealer, which obviously you see how beautiful and how just like full coverage it makes your under eyes look. I love it because this concealer, it's called the Skin Solution Concealer. It's in the shade Organza and it's packed with caffeine, which gives you like an instant eye lift. It's my favorite, especially if you have puffy under eyes, because like I said, it gives you that really firming effect right out the gate. All right, so let's clean up a little bit without making a gigantic mess. All right, so now I'm going to use my Touch Behold Translucent Setting Powder. Oops. And I popped the cap off mine so I could use it in a baking technique. I have a towel up here trying to not make a mess, but. Okay, so I'm going to take my dry beauty blender and then spray on my, spray my setting spray. Yeah, Renee, you could totally leave it in. Which foundation do you recommend for oily skin? I have oily skin, and my favorite ones are the stick foundation and the liquid mixed with the BB floss. So it just kind of depends what your preference is as far as like texture goes, I want to say. Like if you like liquid, then I would obviously do the liquid and BB cream. If you like a cream based, then I would do the stick. So it just kind of, I would say it depends more so on that. But you can actually use any coverage you want as long as you set it really well. So I am setting mine, I'm using a technique called baking, and it's essentially just taking a lot of translucent setting powder and popping it on all over, and this is going to absorb any oils, it's going to prevent any creasing from happening. Does that mirror have magnification? No, it doesn't. So I'm just gonna sweep, sweep, sweep away with the fan brush. I like doing this with the fan brush because it doesn't move your makeup around. Okay, so that is done. So again, that was the Touch Behold Translucent Setting Powder. Okay, and then now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my pressed powder in the shade Satin. This guy. Hello, hi guys. So if you don't like heavy feeling with makeup, then I would recommend the BB Flawless. The BB Flawless is more of a lighter coverage and not super, super heavy, so that's a good option. Or I would do the spray foundation because that's also super, super light coverage and again, feels really light. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my pressed powder, like I said, in the shade Satin, and I'm gonna apply this all over using a kabuki brush, and this is really gonna bump up the coverage and just give you like an overall super, super soft appearance and just even everything out. Because when you do use like a setting powder, it has a tendency to like wash you out a little bit. So this kind of gives you all of that color back to your skin. And I love our pressed powders. They're so silky soft. They're not like drying or heavy or cakey. There was a very long time there that I was searching and searching and searching for a good pressed powder that didn't make my skin look chalky. You know what I mean? So this pressed powder is the best. Yes, absolutely. Spray like, it's funny because if you're like a big fan of the spray foundation, you're obsessed. If you're a big fan of the stick foundation, you're obsessed. It's like that's the thing about this brand. You just like get hooked. It's the best. Once you try it, you're going to know what I mean. You're going to be like, dang, that is some good makeup. I understand baking is not needed for mature skin. Correct. So if you have mature skin, I would just set it differently. You could do like a tapered brush and just kind of pat it on, or you could just use a pressed powder to set. It just depends how oily your skin is. That's where like baking versus not baking comes into play. So if you don't have dry skin, if you don't have oily skin, then you wouldn't need to bake. Does that make sense? Okay, so now I'm going to use my pressed powder, and this is in a darker color, obviously, for contouring. I'm going to take it on the tapered blusher brush and go from the top of the ear towards the corner of the mouth and just kind of etch it in this little line here. Just like this. Yes, and if you have super dry skin, the stick foundation and the BB Flawless are really great coverage as well. All right, and then around the jawline. Just like so. And then around the forehead. I wish I had something to hold this on, but I don't. Okay. So around the forehead, and this is just gonna warm up your complexion and just make everything match super, super well. And just make everything just like flow and just look so much better, honestly. It doesn't make you look super washed out, which you have a tendency to do if you are using like powders and foundations and stuff like that. Right down. Okay, so now that our contour is done, let me just make sure in my mirror. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in now with my pressed blush in the shade Sisterly. This is hands down my favorite blush because it gives you this like rosy tone to your skin without like overdoing it to where you're like, whoa, nice blush. It's just super, super soft, and it also has this like really gorgeous gleam too. With dry, older skin, how do you make the powder look so dry and bad? How do you make the powder? Oh, how do you not make the powder look dry? Hydrating face primer first off. I always tell you guys how important it is with your pre-makeup routine, like what you're using. So if you are not priming and prepping your skin, no matter what you're doing, it's not gonna look as good as you want it to. So making sure that you're using primer and setting spray, which is this guy, Touch Bold Setting Spray. And I use the mattifying face primer because I have oily skin, but if you have dry skin, you'll use the hydrating face primer. So that is first and foremost. And then also it is so crucially important to making sure that you are, I'm losing a brush, that you are exfoliating. If you're not exfoliating a couple times a week, I'm telling you, you will see such a drastic difference in your skin. My favorite way to exfoliate is using the exfoliating face mask with the Cora 3 by Fancy. So same company that makes my mirror also has this really great facial brush. It spins and it's so good. It makes your skin so baby soft. So highly recommend that. And then obviously like BB Flawless Stick Foundation, Blending Buds. You can always message me too if you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. I asked my question, but I didn't understand your answer. Message me. The blush is called Sisterly, and everything I'm using is all available right here, RheaHopeBeauty.com. So you just click my link, RheaHopeBeauty.com, and I'll take you to my website, and you can purchase any makeup. It's not a subscription. You're not stuck. You're not locked. It's nothing like that. It's literally like shopping at Target. You get what you get. Don't throw a fit. I always say that to my kids. Get what you get and don't throw a fit. I'm just kidding. But you get whatever you want. Okay, so now I'm using my Touch of the Mode Luminizer in the shade Pearly, and I'm popping this on the highest parts of my cheekbones. And now it's time for brows. And you guys, I am like kicking myself because I didn't check how much brow pencil I had left. I have none. So we are improvising today, so bear with me. It's okay to do the Isla for exfoliating. The Isla is more so for gentle cleansing, so this sounds funny, but for like deep down to really get it, I would recommend the Core 3 with the exfoliating, or with the silicone head. I'm not going to say where we are just for safety of my kids. We had a scare not too long ago where I like had posted where, this was actually a couple years ago, it wasn't like recently. I had posted where we were, and we were there obviously, and we were watching the kids play in this like kid area, and this lady had called my son over to her, and we like saw him go over to this lady, and we're like, oh, maybe we know her. So we got up and like started walking over there, and she like looked at us, and I was like I didn't recognize her, and she was like, oh, I follow you, da 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 da. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then we were walking, I was like, nice to meet you and all that. And then we were walking away, and I was like, Abel, why did you go over to her? And he said that she called him over to her because she had seen him on my social media, and said that she knew she was friends with me. So that just like sent me through the roof with like, the world is so scary. Like, what if she wasn't nice? You know what I mean? Like, granted, we were watching, and we never let our children out of our sight. We're like hover parents, but it just like really put it in perspective. Like, there's 500 of you guys watching. You know what I mean? It's like out of 500, maybe there's one crazy person. I don't know. But it just made me like reevaluate my family safety. So that's why I'm not saying where we are. Again, this happened like 2 years ago, so we've definitely taken so many more precautions since all of that. But it just, I don't know, it just like put it all in perspective. Like, I don't know, my kid's safety means more. You know what I mean? But I will definitely be sharing where we were when we're not here. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know. It was very, she was so sweet, and she had the best intention. It just, you know. All right, so like I said, I'm out of my brow pencil, so we're improvising. So I went down to the gift mart, and I found this e.l.f. It's a small angled brush. We're going to try it. I'm going to use my setting spray to get it wet, even though I really want to like put it in my mouth and like lick it, but I know people are going to be like, that's gross, COVID. So we're just going to use our setting spray. So now I'm going to go in with the Addiction Palette 6. Bear with me here. I've never done this before, so hopefully it turns out okay. So hold on. Let's block some weirdos. Okay, so now we're going to go in with this, and we're going to take the shade Enthralled. I think Enthralled will be the closest to my eyebrow color. And I'm going to grab this. Again, I've never done this before with an eyeshadow, so hopefully it turns out okay. But I'm like, dang it, I wish I would have checked how much brow pencil I left, dang it. And it's funny too, because I would rather use eyeshadow than buy another brand's eyeshadow or eyebrow pencil. I was with my mother-in-law, we were in the gift shop, and he was like, why don't you just get the e.l.f.'s eyebrow pencil? I'm like, I refuse. I'd rather use unique products. Because I know they're gonna work, and I'm not gonna waste money. I'd rather waste money on a brush than a pencil. All right, so I'm just basically doing the exact same thing I do when I do it with a pencil. So I just kind of like pressed it right here, following the tear duct straight up. And then I brought the outside corner to the arch. And then I'm doing the same thing down below, outside corner to the arch. And then now I'm just like feathering through and like coloring in. So exact same idea that we do with the pencil. So to do this, you basically just need a super angled brush, like really small. A good way to always test if it's a good brush for your eyebrows is to lay it on your eyebrow. If it's bigger than your eyebrow, it's too big. If it's smaller, that's okay. But honestly, if it's like the same size, it's perfect. So I just reached in and grabbed a little more of the eyeshadow in the shade Enthralled. And so far it's working out pretty well. We'll see what it looks like when I'm done. This is definitely going to take me longer than it takes me to do with the brow pencil, that's for sure. Don't miss doing this. Pretty good. All right, I'm going to go back and grab more. What if you had no eyebrows? They're falling out for some unknown reason. Oh, I'm sorry, Kathy. How frustrating. I would highly recommend to get the Esteem Lash Serum. It's going to help your lashes grow and just be more thicker. And then I would also do the brow pencil. I think that that's the most natural looking on. And then you could even do what I'm doing too and just kind of layer a little bit of eyeshadow on top to give them a little bit of that like 4D shape. Oh my gosh, right? The eyebrow pencil really does make life so much easier. My goodness, this takes I've done one eyebrow in the time that I would have done two. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the other one. I'm just taking the shade Enthralled from Addiction Palette 6. Aw, thank you. I do the brow pencil I do the Esteem Lash Serum every single night before bed. I used to not have super thick brows. I mean, I have a before and after posted on my page, and my eyebrows are so thin. So honestly, I can attest to having really, really thin brows and how annoying and frustrating that is. So highly recommend the Esteem Lash Serum, which is actually still on sale in the Lash Bundle. I think it's only on sale for another couple days. So if you haven't grabbed that yet, you need to ASAP. Oh, nice. You do it with Palette 6 all the time. Do you use Enthralled also? The color? But what I was saying was there's a lash set. It's the Lash Bundle, and it's any 3 lash products, plus you get a free lash curler, which I ordered. I'm really excited about to try it. So like I said, any 3. So you could pick the Lash Serum, you could pick the Lash Primer, you could pick the Twisted Mascara, you could pick the 4D. Honestly, there's so many options. So highly recommend to grab that bundle while it's still around. It's such a good savings. It's 20% off, or it's 20% savings. Okay, so now that I've pretty much done that, now I'm going to take my brow pencil, wherever I put it, there it is, and use the spoolie side, and very lightly, because I don't want to like mess up anything I just did, and comb this through. Okay, not bad. Better with a brow pencil, but it will make do. Okay, so again, I use like a cheap e.l.f. brush, and then the Addiction Palette 6 for that. What size did you order in your watch band? I'm wearing the extra small, and this is by Sparkle Bands, and this is the link for them. Sparkle, oops, I spelled them wrong. There we go. And then code Rhea10 is my code for the Apple Watch bands. And then she also is the same place where they do the beanies and dog collars and stuff like that. Okay, so now we're gonna do our eyes. So I'm gonna use Addiction Palette 6 and 8 to create this really easy crease look. So I'm gonna take the Addiction Palette 6, the shade Enthralled, and let me lay everything out here. I'm like sitting up on this like sun chair. And then I'm gonna take the Addiction Palette 8 and use the shade Profound, which is like a darker red-ish color. Move all this stuff around so I can access them. Lash serum, use on your brows. Yes, that's what I was saying. If you have really sparse eyebrows, highly recommend to use it on your eyebrows and your lashes every single night, and you'll see amazing results. Okay, so I'm going to take the Addiction Palette 6, and we're going to do the shade Enthralled, but I'm going to like really sweep and tap most of that off. And then I'm going to dust this into, I have my little fancy mirror here. I'm going to dust this into the crease. I do not miss doing my makeup like this. When I first started Unique, this is how I always would do it. Just like random spots in the house, handheld mirrors. I miss my ring light. I sometimes use Lofty as a cheek highlight. Ooh, pretty. Okay, so I'm just massaging this into the crease. Do you dampen the smaller blending buds? Yes. Always make sure the blending buds are damp. Okay, so now that we've applied that right in there, now I'm going to go up to the shade Profound. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the outside corner. And I'm going to mix this in the very light-handedly. And I can't decide if I want to do the color Reverent for my eyes or if I should do the shade Willed. I can't decide. What do you guys want to see? Can't decide if I want to do like a gleaming eye or more like smokier eye. If anyone has any questions, holler them out because now I'm able to like read. It's so hard to read while I do the other steps. Willed, that's the one I was kind of leaning towards. Reverent, it's a tie. Okay. Alright, so now that I have that on, I actually forgot to do my eyeliner, so I'm going to do that. Did I get it out? I think I did. Oh, there you are. Okay. Do you still love having your tattoos? I do. I honestly don't even notice them. I'm going to do my eyeliner in the shade Perfect on my waterline. And this is my favorite eyeliner because it actually stays where you put it. It doesn't build up in your tear duct or give you like raccoon eyes. Okay. And I always do that step first because it's just honestly so much easier to blend it all out. So I'm going to take this angled brush, and I'm going to grab the same color Profound and just line the underline with this, or like under the lash line. Gleaming eye, Reverent, yes. Willed, I don't know. Kind of leaning towards Willed. How long would you say? Does the lash serum last a long time doing both? Yeah, absolutely. I would say that it lasts at least 6+ months. Which again, it's the perfect time to get it now because it's on sale in the lash bundle. Okay. All right. Kind of smoked it out a little bit much, but it is what it is. Is what it is. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that everything looks super soft or really blended before I go in with this liquid eyeshadow. Because we kind of work backwards when we're doing this step. We're blending before we apply, basically. All right, so now I'm going to take the liquid eyeshadow. I think I'm going to do Willed today. I used 1 tube for 8 months. Yeah, see, it lasts for a really, really long time. Like, all of these products do. I actually said this in my tutorial the other day. I'm like, these products last for months. So it's honestly, it's like one big order and then teeny tiny little orders throughout the year. All right, so I'm going to take the shade Willed, if you can see this. And I'm going to apply just all over the eyelid. And then I'm going to take my... Oh no. Alrighty, I'm gonna take this brush. Usually I'd take my cream shadow brush, which I have no idea where it is. I'll look for it here in a second, but the liquid eyeshadows need to be blended right away because they set very quickly, which if you have hooded eyes or a lot of fine lines and wrinkles on your eyes, you will love the fact that they set really quickly because they're not gonna move around. They stay where you put them all day long. It's the best. Isn't that pretty? All right, so now other eye. Again, liquid eyeshadow and Willed. It's a matte kind of like brick red. But it makes for a really, really pretty eye look. One of my faves. All right, take this fluffy brush. Maybe I accidentally grabbed this brush. And my cream brush, now that I'm thinking about it, 'cause I'm like, why did I bring this brush? Mom life, when you're packing everybody else and then you have to pack yourself. And then I knew I was gonna work while I was here, so I was like trying to bring everything. And I'm spoiled because we usually fly places, but this time we drove. So I was like, ooh, there's no weight limit on my suitcase. I'm packing everything. Does a liquid, oops, I missed it. Liquid eyeshadow mixed with BB cream. What colors do you recommend for olive skin? For eyeshadow or for foundation? I missed the beginning. What foundation did you use? I mixed the Liquid Touch foundation with the, okay, this Rhea Hope EGV is not me. No one is winning anything. I blocked them, so hopefully they went away, but we never know. Gosh, they're the worst. If you get any messages from anybody, from me, with a, you won. You didn't win. I'm sorry to tell you, but you didn't win. I'm not doing any kind of giveaways. I'm not doing anything like that. They're so frustrating. At first, I was like, oh, they're dumb. Whatever. I'm fine. But now I'm, like, angry about it. Like, go away. And then Facebook is like, I reported it, and they're like, we don't see any issue. I'm like, you don't see an issue with someone trying to steal people's money? Really? Okay. Frustrating, but okay. All right. So, now, happy note. Now I'm going to take my crease brush, and you make makeup look so easy. Honestly, practice makes better. Like, it didn't used to be this way. Next time can you use it? Yes. Were you the one that told me about that color combo? Someone messaged me and they're like, I did your tutorial, but I used the green and Addiction Palette 8. And I was like, ooh, pretty. All right, so I'm going to take the shade Lofty from the Addiction Palette 6, and I'm popping this in the corner of my eye. So if you're tuning in and you're wanting to know what's on my eye, everything, I did the liquid eyeshadow in the shade Willed on my eyelid. And then in my crease, I mixed the colors Enthralled, Profound, and a little bit of Blazing, like a little tiny bit. But another reason to grab these, which I'll show you guys what they look like. So this is Addiction Palette 6. So I did Blazing, Enthralled, and like a teeny tiny bit of Ostentatious. These three colors, the browns and that red. So this was the Addiction Palette 6. And then I used the color Profound from Addiction Palette 8. Which I love these, you guys. They're such good eyeshadows. All right, I want to make sure everything looks really soft and blended before I move on, because I'm stuck like this all day. Okay. Another trick too, when you're doing your eyeshadow, is open your eyes and then blend, and it will help you get like your eyeshadow more up, so you can actually see what's going on when your eyes are closed. Okay. So now, typically I sweep away with an empty brush, but I guess I'm just going to use my fan brush. And then I'm going to take my blending bud and bounce this off. I'm dying to see that color used. Oh, the green. Okay, I'll do the green next time when we're home. That's too much of a commitment today. Got one of those on Facebook in a picture and everything. I know, they just take my picture and then they change my name. Or sometimes they'll say like Rhea Hope Official or something. Like, official what? I only have one page, Rhea Hope. That is it. That's the only page I will ever use. And I only have one actual Facebook thing, like Facebook, like a personal page, and that's Rhea Coleman. And that's it. So, block them. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and set my makeup. Right? Yes, I feel like all over the place because I'm not at home. All right, so setting our makeup is going to be super, super important. It's going to add moisture into your foundation, which helps it to expand and look more natural. It does so much for your makeup. Actually, helps to prevent it transferring. So if you have to wear a mask, like I have been all day, every day, it helps to prevent it from like coming off. I mean, it comes off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. The inside of my mask looks like a person. Like, but it does. When I take off my mask, my makeup's still on my face. You know what I mean? So it does help. My brother-in-law the other day, I had my mask hanging up in our house, and he was like, "What is that?" I'm like, "It's a girl's mask, okay?" We have makeup on. It's gonna transfer a little bit. Stop judging. Oh my gosh, I know, the trolls. They're so annoying. Oh, they're awful. Don't give out. If Okay, here's the thing. If I'm ever doing a giveaway and you are the winner, I'm not going to tell you to register. I'm not going to tell you to subscribe. I'm not going to tell you to click on something. If you're the winner, I'm going to be like, yo girl, send me your PayPal because I'm sending you money. Like that's it. Or Ycash, hey, you're the winner. Click my link and it'll take you to Unique. It's not going to take you to some third party whatever like weirdness. So let's just say that. My husband said the same thing to me. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do my lash primer. And then we're going to do the Twisted Mascara. So the lash primer is also an option. So like I said, you get any choice of the lash product. So in that lash bundle, you get the choice of the Esteem Lash Serum, which I highly recommend. Then I would definitely do the lash primer. So the lash primer is really great because it's going to help your lashes to be super hydrated. Mascara has a tendency to dry out your lashes, which could cause breakage and which could cause them to go through their cycle faster, meaning that they'll shed faster. So the hydrating lash primer is really going to help to hydrate them. So it just slows down all of that, which is going to help your lashes just look fuller longer. And then now I'm using the Twisted Mascara, which is this guy. And this is the absolute best, you guys. It has argan oil, keratin, and biotin infused in it. So it's helping your lashes grow while you're wearing it. And it lasts forever. I actually did the math the other day. I have had this same one tube of mascara for almost 8 months. Which is insanity. And it's still good to go. I probably will change it out in about maybe a week. I feel like it's on its last leg. But it's so good and has these super tiny intentional bristles that give you the best separation and length. So, like I said, you get 3 of those products. You get if it was up to me, I would do the Esteem Lash Serum, the Twisted Mascara, and the Lash Primer. Where do you buy the bundle? Natalie, you're going to go to my website, which is RheaHopeBeauty.com, right under here, and then you're going to click on, there's a little black bar at the top that says Lash Bundle. All right, and the best part too is it comes with this teeny tiny little intentional wand, which is the best at getting those hard to reach lashes, like the inner corner. So good. Does the mascara come in waterproof? We do have an Epic waterproof one, yes. It's a little bit different of a formula, but it is waterproof. But honestly, I was actually saying this the other day. This is the first mascara I've ever been able to wear on my bottom lash line that it doesn't smudge or smear, because I get watery eyes too, especially if I'm like in a drier climate or cigarette smoke or anything like that. Highly recommend, you guys. So good. Kind of give you a hint at where we are. My eyes have been so dry. All right, so now I'm going to use my 4D mascara to top it off, because I'm all about the drama. Okay. Look at them lashes. That's so good. Yes, we do ship to the UK. All you have to do is when you're on my website, RheaHopeBeauty.com, you're going to go down here. Oh no, there's another one. What mirror? Troll. What is the problem? Mascara. Block mark. Okay. What did Mark say? I'm so confused. I missed what a troll said. Okay, so now let's do lips. Yes, absolutely. The mirror is by Fancy. And I think this one's called the Aria, but it's basically like the really small one. But it's just like this. And then you can use code RHEA10 to save on that. The eyeliner name, I use the eyeliner in the shade Perfect. And it's the Precision Eyeliner, and it's down here, RheaHopeBeauty.com. If I'm lace foundation, what color concealer? Organza. All right, so now for my lips, I'm going to use this Marc Jacob lip liner. The name of the blush I used was the shade Sisterly. Which brush do you use for blush? I use a newer one from Unique. I'm hoping that they're gonna launch it soon. It's a setting powder brush. Okay. All right, so now, do you like the Pompous lip liner? I do. I love that one. That one was actually like my first love. All right, so now that I have my lips lined, now I'm going to go in with the lipstick in the shade Easy Street. This is one of my favorite lipsticks, especially when I'm having to wear a mask because it's matte and it doesn't smudge like a liquid lipstick would. Has a really good hold. Okay. Yes, absolutely. I will always, I'll always go back to having like super short hair and a little bit longer. I love playing around with the hair length. So yes, I think you will find that I will have a pixie one day soon. Well, not soon, but maybe. Lips help. My top lip is so thin, but I hate looking like it's drawn on. Oh, that's a struggle. I would honestly just try to find a lip liner that's the closest color to your lips. That's going to be the best option for you. And then I love the shade Easy Street. I feel like that's the most like natural looking on your lips. That helps you like look overdrawn. That's not. Do you ever use the newer setting powder? I don't, but the newer setting powder is better if you have dry skin because it actually has a cooling technology in it, like a water base that's really hydrating. So, no one won $1,000 from you, from me. Have you decided to go brown? No, it was more so a joke. I don't think I could go back to my natural color. I have psoriasis really bad. So the blonde, the bleaching and stuff really helps to kind of keep it at bay on my scalp. So I don't think I'll go back brunette. You love playing with lengths of hair. Maybe the launch extensions look in the future. I actually have the launch hair extensions. I could play around with them again. That'd be fun to like take it even longer. I don't know. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll figure that out. Do you like the lip butters? I do. My favorite one is this one. I've actually been wearing this the entire time we're here. I won't block Mary. I know who Mary is. I think she's just saying, like, I think she was just reading a comment. It's okay though. But thank you for looking out for your girl. Quick Getaway. This one's my favorite one. It's like a super, here, I'll put it on. It's like a super sheer pink and it's so pretty. It has shea butter and vitamin E in it. So like I said, this is the best if you have dry lips or you live in like a super dry climate. Very, very, very good. What color did you use on your lips? I used Easy Street and Minted. What color? Oh, I already read that one. Please do a picture of this look. I did, for sure. With all the colors right on the picture, I think you should do that on your... Oh, nice. I'm glad you like that, Stacy. I will... I'll try to do that. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go have a fun vacay day with the fam, and I will be back on our regular schedule on Monday. I don't think I'll be live tomorrow. But if you do want to see a really big thing happening with our family tomorrow, I'm not going to give you any hints, but you're going to want to watch my Instagram stories. So make sure to check out my Instagram stories. Today, obviously, but definitely tomorrow for a life-altering something that's happening tomorrow. So I will see you guys soon. I love you all. And my Instagram name, BTDubs, is Rhea Hope. So I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.